It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Hi guys, this video is for Dr. Katie Jacobs at the University of Missouri. She teaches psychology and specializes in suicide warning signs and suicide prevention. I just had a few questions for her, so if you're not Dr. Katie Jacobs, you don't have to stay for this video. Okay, Dr. Jacobs, let's start off nice and easy. Is this you? Is this your like alter ego metal persona? I'm just wondering. Is this you? Just wondering. Piggybacking off the last like Facebook kind of question, do you remember sending me this message about my brother? Do you remember this? It's pretty, it's not every day that you inform someone's family that they're having that.
She says, hey, I know we don't know one another, but I think your brother needs you right now. He's saying he's going to self tonight. I really
That kind of ideation.
worried about him. I don't know who to contact to get him help. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get a hold of my dad. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say anything. He's been declining and declining. Appreciate that. Please let me know he's okay when you know.
I would find it hard to believe that you don't remember this, but maybe not. Lots of things happen. I know you've got 4 kids and you're working, as an associate professor, and you're also into bands. So, girl, I don't know how you have time for all of this. Like, genuinely. I did appreciate you letting me know about my brother, though. Don't worry, his family has got him, okay? Okay, my next question is, does your husband know that you're hanging out with men who are 10 years younger than you and also sleeping with them? Does he know about that? Also, I want to know, does your husband know that you took my brother to the park to meet your children? Does he know about that? I'm just wondering. Okay, now I have another question for you. This one might be harder, okay? Do you remember going on this radio show? I don't know when it was. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I couldn't figure out when this show was from. Maybe you can let me know. But do you remember like listing suicide prevention hotlines and talking about how passionate you were about mental health? Just want to make sure we're all on the same page and that we all remember all of the same things. You know what I mean? Now, Katerina, this is where it might get tricky, okay? So I don't want to upset you, okay, girl? Do you remember sending this to my brother? After you already knew. You already knew that he had that kind of ideation. Do you remember that? Just wondering. Okay, just want to make sure we're all... Do you remember this? I just want to know why you would tell my brother to do something like that whenever you know that he's not in the best state of mind, that he's a vulnerable individual. Why would you tell him to do this? My other question, this was like weird phrasing. What do you mean, let's make it go out with a bang? Is that a threat? I don't understand what you mean by that. And then let them see the story while I make my exit. What does that mean? It's what he wanted. I think he just wanted to be with you, girl, but you were married and you didn't tell him that. You also made a lot of like just threats, so I don't even know if he wanted to be with you at this point. I think we were past that. Now see, this one is my favorite, okay? Because you teach psychology, so you know what manipulation and gaslighting and like all that kind of good stuff is, right? So lay this out for me. How can you justify this? I wonder who will find me. How can you justify that? That feels like you're punishing him for not wanting to be with you. That feels like you're making vague threats so that he won't leave. It's a little scary, don't you think? Also just wondering if you remember this like kind of string of messages. So there's really no... Does your husband know about this? Like, this is just like, truly, you don't see something like this every day, especially not from a psychology professor. Like, just this very strange, odd, manipulative behavior. I mean, would you call it manipulative, Katie? I don't know. You're the professor. You're the one who specializes in this. I guess I want you to know in general that these tactics that you've used, they have worked. They have ruined his life. He is scared all the time. He never wants to run into you in public. He doesn't feel safe at any shows that you're at any shows that people you know are at. He's convinced that you've turned everybody against him because these are things that you've threatened and said this entire time. So I'm just wondering, are these the normal tactics you use to try to keep people quiet? You just created a war you're not gonna win. What does that mean? What are you talking about? My last question for you, Katie, is why did you block me? You were more than happy to tell me whenever my brother was having bad thoughts, but as soon as you were encouraging those bad thoughts and you knew I knew about it, then you wanted to block me. Why did you and your husband, Nathan Jacobs, block me and my mother before we could say anything? We can't talk about this like women. I have to take it to the internet at this point. Truly, I don't understand. Katie, I want to get ahead of a question that you might have for me, which would be, why is this coming up now, almost a year after the incident? The reason that it's coming up now is because UCM has not done anything. You still have a job. You are still out terrorizing the city. That's why it's coming up, because my brother lives in fear inside his home and you're allowed to roam free like the menace to society that you are. That's why this is coming back around, because people deserve to know the sort of woman you are. I want to make that incredibly clear. Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on and address some things from my post that I put up. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for the supportive comments about my brother. Everybody who reached out and asked how he was doing now, everybody who just wished him well and said that they were keeping him in their prayers. We really appreciate that. So I just want to give that update first and say, for context, we found out about this in September of last year. So he's been in therapy, he's with family, he is safe. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. I also just wanted to clarify that this was a personal relationship. This was not a professional relationship. The reason that I felt it was pertinent to include her job and what she does is because she has the education and the expertise. She literally specializes in this. The way that she conducted herself and the way that she treated him whenever she knew he had that kind of ideation is insane to me. But whenever we took the information to the police, they said that it would have to be incredibly expensive,
I'm sorry,
harassment essentially, or he would have to actually follow through. I also just want to provide the context that my brother's autistic. And so that's kind of why our family tends to check in on him more. He lives independently, he works, he drives, all of that good stuff. But he is autistic. So we definitely just, not that I needed a reason to check in on my brother, especially once I know that he's struggling. But yeah, just to provide a little bit of information there. So, she sent me that message in May, and then in September, so obviously I'm kind of just checking his social media more and just being more concerned in general. Then in September 19th, actually, I saw a Facebook post that he had put up. I mean, I saw it like 2 minutes after he posted it, and it was like, I'm nothing, I'm nobody, I don't deserve anything, I don't want to be here, I just want to disappear. So I immediately called him and we were on the phone for a long time. And over the course of that, I asked him a lot of questions and we talked about a lot of things. And that's when he ended up sending me that screenshot, that first screenshot you saw where she was encouraging him to. I immediately sent that to my mom. My mom is a woman of action. She really does not play any games. So I sent her the screenshots that I had, and I want to say it was 2 days later. I think the 19th was a Thursday. It was a Saturday. I'm pretty sure it was the 21st. She went over to, first thing in the morning, went over to her house not a crime, by the way, went over to her house, knocked on her door. Her husband answered. She gave him the proof then. He had the text messages then. And explained the situation, said, keep her away from my son. Keep her away from him. Obviously, we are protective over him. Argue with your mother. So, he, obviously, I'm sure he told her. And then it was also the day of my daughter's birthday party. So I was in the shower. And whenever I got out, I had all these texts from my brother. Okay, ignore the top messages because that's just my text with my brother from that day. But so I got out of the shower to these messages from him. So I was obviously on the phone after that with law enforcement. Here's like my messenger, obviously, from that, because I was in the shower, so I wasn't answering. So he was like trying me on all, and he's on the phone, so he can't call with her, obviously. Yes, there's that. Okay, I'm just showing you this one first. These are the messages she's sending him as he's driving, after she found out that my mom had popped up at her house. So, the you can pull over and we can figure this out is honestly my favorite one. She's like, please, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Yeah, and obviously my mom's not her favorite person right now. We're not feeling good. We're not feeling good about my mom. I can't even get out of the way enough. Yeah.
Do you think I want to deal with all of this from a woman who beat the crap out of you? The same stepmom who beat you and emotionally abused you. She hitting all the triggers.
Yeah, so this kills me because for some reason I only have the message details version of this, but just to like, obviously you can see the last message that we, saw in the last screenshot. But also I'm not like blocking out any messages from my brother. Genuinely, I just, for whatever reason, only have this version. And look, it was the 21st. I wasn't wrong. But yeah, so this is her, like, why is this? There we go. Yeah, this is her direct messages to him. So that's why he's so panicked. But yeah. Okay, so after all of that happened, obviously an order of protection seemed important. My family is pretty private. We also haven't ever needed a restraining order against anybody before, so we were pretty unfamiliar with the process. Essentially, as soon as he went and filed for his order of protection, she was at the courthouse. Like, I don't know if it was like she got served and then she went, but the any accusations she's made against him have been after the September 21st incident, where my mom went and told her husband what she was doing, and after he filed his order of protection. So, I mean, you can make your own mind up about what happened or did not happen, but she told him that she would ruin his life. She told him that she would destroy him. She told him that he had started a war. You can put the pieces together or not, I'm just putting information out there. So, okay, I just wanted to say one more time, thank you so much to everybody for all the supportive comments. My brother was 100% under the belief that he wouldn't be believed and that everyone would be on her side because, as you can imagine, that's what he's been told this whole time. So men very frequently are scared to come forward, especially whenever it's a woman abusing them. So, and again, this isn't even him coming forward. This is just me sharing my experience with this woman and the way that she's negatively affected our family. So,
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video, back in the confessional, and yes, we stay in the lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wizard Deals, man. He keeps it lit. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links below. We got HiveMindLabs.com where you're going to big that back. Yep, and use the discount code everydaypj at checkout, man. Let's get into it, big dog. Now, this situation comes on the back of someone going through some mental health issues. And I think this is a really crazy situation that a actual therapist is continuing a relationship with her client. There has to be some moral rules along with some really federal guidelines or something that would prevent this type of stuff, type of situations, and people using their power to manipulate or their knowledge of the person at hand, using that knowledge to manipulate the person. So I think this. I'm glad that the sister is coming out with this. I'm on the fence with the timing because if this happened a year ago and of course she still has her license, so she's still practicing. Your brother obviously is going through some things so where he won't leave the house because he's afraid of running into her, but that is not too much into what's going on right now is because he was crazy anyway. And that's not to say that he doesn't deserve any grace. I'm just saying it's different. So also I think that this lady should obviously lose her license. She's ground for some criminal charges if possible, and also a civil lawsuit. And it's crazy that people will go through things like this, and I'll be like, why would you put yourself through this kind of put your career at this type of risk? Well, one, because this woman is crazy herself. She's a lunatic, and only lunatics do anything like this. Like you get into relationships with people who you're not supposed to. I know it might seem dangerous and daring and stuff like that, but fraternizing with people at work or fraternizing with people that have something to do with your work is obviously a misconduct in the workplace, and that's why you don't do it. Whether if you be a client or man, let me tell y'all what. There's a donut shop by my house. Man, the woman in there is fine. Fine, fine, fine. But you know what? We go there every morning to get donuts for my kids. Do you think I'm going to make this situation awkward for me to continue to get donuts for my kids? Because I think this woman's fine. So I'm going to put my kids' donut spot at jeopardy because I think I could, get with this woman. I know it sounds cocky that a person would think that. That's not what I'm thinking. What I'm saying is people will destroy what they have in front of them for something just because they are infatuated by it or they have a liking to it. That should not be the case in anybody that you work with, work for, go around for work or anything. Now there are relationships that come about people working together, and you for the time being y'all have to fake like y'all in a relationship. I mean like y'all not in a relationship. So that goes to ignoring each other. Then if another guy might be trying to hit on your wife at work and you be ready to turn up and you can't because y'all not supposed to be dating. But the thing is, this is something different. There has to be something with with client privilege. What do they call it? Something client lawyer. It's like lawyer client, but it's like counselor client privilege that should not be crossed and should not be used against the person. And that's exactly what she's doing. And I'm not sure why she hasn't lost her license over a year now. So, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.